Charles Dickens was an author who was sent to work in a factory just aged 12. He never forgot how awful his time there was, and later, when he was a famous author, he wrote the story Oliver Twist to show people what life is really like for children of the age. We would like to share this story with you. Welcome to Oliver with a Twist.
I'm finding the Victorians very interesting, but I do wonder if Mrs. Rogerson is exaggerating a bit.
Me too. There's no way people would ever be so cruel to children. I don't think they've really made little children work in chimneys.
I think she's making it up to scare us. I mean, who would make a 9-year-old work in a factory all day? Shouldn't they be at school?
Hi, I'm the history host. I hear that you don't believe your teacher about what happened in the Victorian times. I can take you back in time to see if it was actually like that. Do you want to see if Mrs. Rogerson was right or not?
Yes, please.
Then come back with me to Victorian London and we can go and see what it was like back then. Hold your noses, it might get a bit smelly. So they didn't have very good sewers back then.
Welcome to London, 1838. This is a workhouse, a horrible place where the desperate and destitute come to live. A poor woman named Agnes has tragically died while having a baby. Before she died, Agnes gave the midwife the only thing she had left in the world, a golden locket. She asked the midwife to give it to her son so that when he was older he might have some money. But the midwife, Mrs. Carney, was a dishonest woman. She kept the locket for herself. The last thing that the poor dying woman said was the baby's name, Oliver Twist.
Mr. Bumble! Mr. Bumble! Yes, Miss Carney.
Oh, Mr. Bumble, we had another wretched woman die on us. That Agnes that came in the other day. She left us an orphan brat to feed. Did these people never learn?
He's not any use to us yet, but give him a few years and he can start to work in my factory. I'll make him earn his keep. Forever dead woman in the pauper's grave.
Fact! A pauper's grave was really just a big pit where people who didn't have enough money for a proper funeral were buried. There were no prayers, no gravestones, and no smart coffins. The poor were thrown away like rubbish.
We pick up our story 8 years later. Oliver is still at Mr. Bumble's workhouse. Lots of young boys and girls live there, and often were so hungry they fainted of exhaustion.
I'm so hungry, my tummy hurts all day long.
I'm so hungry that I could eat a horse. I'm so hungry I could eat you.
The gruel is never enough to stop us from feeling hungry. It's so horrible.
Fact. Gruel was a thin, watery porridge, and it was disgusting. There were no meat or vegetables in it, and it was a dull grey colour. But it was all the poor children had to eat. Yuck!
Let's ask for more food today. We are so hungry.
I'm not asking Mr. Bumble. He'll be furious.
Let's draw lots and make one of us do it.
Oliver, you have to ask for more. But I don't want to. Mr. Bumble will kill me.
You have to. We can't go on this hungry. Do it at lunchtime.
glorious food. What is it more handsome? Not swallowed or chewed, still worth the king's ransom. What is it we dream about? What brings on a sigh? Of peaches and cream about 6 feet high. Food, glorious food, eat right from the menu. Just loosen your belts, 2 inches and then you work up a new appetite. In this interlude, then food, once again food, fabulous food, glorious food.
Please, sir, can I have some more? More? What? More, sir. More food, sir. Please. More food? Oliver Twist wants more?
The cheek of the boy, get rid of him. The undertaker needs a helping boy.
Mr. Bumble had sold Oliver to Mr. Sowerberry, the undertaker. Oliver's life had gone from bad to worse.
Fact. An undertaker is a person who worked with dead bodies, and children who worked for him were not paid, but they had to do gruesome jobs like hoisting the bodies and pulling out the gold teeth.
Oliver hated working for Mr. Sowerberry, and only after a few days he took his chances and ran away. Oliver Twist was suddenly all alone on the streets of London, with no home and no one to care for him. How would he survive?
Wow, things were awful for Oliver. What a miserable life he's had so far. It looks like our teacher was telling the truth. Things are pretty bad for poor children in Victorian times.
If only there was someone kind and generous round to help him.
Oliver was all alone on the streets of London for 10 days, living on only scraps he had begged from passers-by. Then it seemed his luck was changing.
Hello, my Covey. What's the row? What? Does nobody understand Victorian slang anymore? Never mind. Who are you, boy?
I'm Oliver Twist.
Well, Oliver Twist. Pleased to meet you. People call me Dodger. Are you alone?
Yes, I've been on the streets for days and I'm ever so hungry.
Come with me, my lad. Let's get you some food.
Dodger took Oliver to meet a gang. They were a gang of thieves and pickpockets who lived on the edge of society, surviving in any way they could through crime. Fagin was in charge of the boys and girls of the gang, but Sykes was the bully in charge of them all.
Fagin, look what we have here. Let me introduce you to Oliver Twist.
Pleased to meet you, my boy. How do you do, young man?
How do you do, sir? I'm very hungry.
Of course, where are my manners? Monks! Get the boy some food!
Why me? Let the boy sort himself out.
You'll do as I say, boy. Now here. You have, by my days, you have a similar look about you.
I ain't nothing like him, horrible brat of a boy. Here's your food. Don't worry, Monks hates everyone.
He's all right, really.
No, he's not. He's almost as bad as Sykes.
He'll be just as bad as Syke when he's grown up. Mark my words.
Oi, you're talking about me.
No, Monks. We're just teasing.
No, they're not. Stay clear of Monks. He's a mean one.
Well, Oliver, consider yourself at home now. We'll look after you, all right?
Thank you. How do you earn money for food?
Oh, well, my boy, there's the rub. We are not wanted by the world, so we take things the world don't want. You've got to pick a pocket or two.
The next day, Dodger took Oliver out onto the streets to pick his first pocket. Oliver didn't want to steal, but he didn't want to be on his own again on the dangerous streets. So he went along with Dodger to see how it was done.
Right, Oliver. He's a likely mark. Let's relieve him of his expensive silk handkerchief. You boy, what have you taken, you wicked child?
Nothing, sir. I swear. I'm sorry. It was the other boy. I had to help him or else I'd starve.
I believe you, boy. You have an honest look of you. You look very familiar. Do I know you, child?
No, I've never seen you before.
No matter. Come with me, boy. I'll look after you.
Mr. Brownlow was a very generous soul, a true Christian if ever there was. He took Oliver to his house, gave him a hot bath, clean clothes and a good meal. Oliver had never been happier.
Who is that in the painting? She is ever so pretty. She makes my heart beat as if it was alive.
That is my niece, Agnes. She had a very hard life. I do wish she had come to me for help. She died many years ago. I do not really know what became of her.
I feel like I have seen her before, but it cannot be possible.
Indeed not, my boy. But let's go to my niece's house. Rose will like to meet you. I'm sure you'll enjoy her company.
Sykes was a terrible man. He beat children and his girlfriend Nancy, and made all the boys and girls of Fagin's gang give him half of what they stole. No one wanted to cross him.
Fagin, where is that new boy you promised me? Where is he?
Ah, well, Mr. Sykes, what happened was...
You ain't lost him, have you?
No. He's more been found. He's scarpered. Horrible kid. Hope he gets caught and locked up.
What are you talking about?
He was out on the road with me when the man we were stealing from took him in. Seems he's given him a nice life.
What if this new boy tells on us, then, huh? What if he goes to the police and they find our dead? What then, huh?
Don't you worry, Sykes. I'm sure he won't. Don't worry.
I do worry. I worry that you lot will land me in prison. Nancy!
Yes, my love?
Go find that boy Oliver. We need him back lest he land us all in trouble.
But Sykes, why not let the boy be? He'll have a good life and bring us no trouble.
Don't you dare argue with me, woman. Go! And don't come back until you've found him either.
Uncle, the boy Oliver is really such a dear. He's lucky to have found you.
And I him. He's brought much life to the house. But don't you think he looks a bit familiar, Rose?
He reminds me of my sister Agnes very much, but it's impossible that he should be her child. It is so very unlikely.
Oliver, oh my dear brother, I'm so pleased I found you.
What? Who are you?
I'm your long-lost sister, my dear boy. Now come with me, my brother Oliver. Come with me.
No, please, I don't know this woman.
He's just confused. Thank you for looking after him. Bye.
My boy! Rose, we have to find him.
We will not rest until he is safe at your house once more. Nancy took Oliver back to Sykes just like she promised, but she felt terrible about it. Oliver had had a chance of a good life and she took it away just to please Sykes.
Meanwhile, at Mr. Bumble's workhouse, Mr. Brownlow and Rose had come looking for Oliver.
Mr. Bumble, my man. I am looking for a boy, Oliver. He disappeared. I wonder if he ended up here.
What does he look like, this boy of yours?
Well, he has dark hair and big brown eyes and... What's that?
It's my gold locket. Isn't it beautiful?
I know that locket. I'm sure it's the one I gave my younger sister on her 18th birthday.
No, it can't be. It's mine. I've had it for ages.
Open it. I bet it says Agnes inside it.
Agnes. My mother's name.
How did you get this? Is my sister here?
No, that rich woman died years ago. Not before even us an orphan brat to look after. Come to think of it, her boy's called Oliver.
Oliver, the boy. So he is my nephew. I knew he was family.
Give me that locket. It's only for the food we gave that boy all those years.
Never, it's the boys. Come on, Rose.
Back in Fagin's den, Sykes was on the rampage.
Did you tell them where we were, boy?
No, sir, I didn't.
I'll beat the truth out of you.
No, don't you dare hurt the boy.
Don't you tell me what to do, Nancy. Get out of my way.
Sykes, you've killed her. She's bashed her head on the floor and she's dead.
I won't die for the sake of that silly woman. Let me go.
Get it, boys!
Fact, in Victorian times, there are still capital punishments in England. This means that murderers were often hanged. Public executions were really popular. Hundreds and sometimes thousands came to London to make a day out of it. Imagine a family outing to watch someone die. How awful. The last public execution was of Michael Barrett in 1868. After that, criminals were executed in prison. This was until 1964, where the death penalty in England was gone forever.
Can we move now?
Yeah, all right then.
Poor Nancy was dead. She was the closest thing that the gang had had to a mother, and even though they were usually terrified of Sykes, they were so furious that he had killed the one person that ever showed them love that they lost their fear and chased him all through the streets of London. Sykes climbed up a tall building in hopes of losing the gang, but they found him. Panicking, he tried to climb back down the side, where he slipped and fell to his death.
Serve him right!
Mr. Brownlow and Rose were in the street when they came across the commotion. In the hustle and bustle, they found Oliver.
Oliver, my dear boy, we found you. The woman in the painting, Agnes, she was your mother. This was her locket. She was my niece. You're going to come and live with us forever. Really? I'm so happy.
So Oliver lived with Mr. Brownlow for the rest of his childhood. Fagin, Dodger and the gang were invited to tea every night by the generous Mr. Brownlow, so the boys never went hungry again and soon turned away from their life of crime.
Wow, what an amazing story. I'm so glad it ended well for Oliver.
Well, he was a rare lucky one. A lot of Victorian children was born and died in the workplace, never finding anyone as kind and generous as Mr. Brownlow.
It's made me really grateful for school, and I'd never thought I'd say that.
It's made me think how lucky we are, how grateful I am to live in the 21st century.
Sorry.
What are you talking about?
He was on the rob with me when the man we're stealing from took him in. Seems he's given him a nice life.
Hang on. Hang on. At Piccadilly Circus here today.
You'll do as I say, boy. Now here. You have, by my days, you have a similar look about you.
Food goes, food